Whether you're married or single or poly or ace, or hanging out with swingers back at your place, listen to us as we give no fuck on Tinder and Bumble and plenty of yucks, trying and having no luck, because we all know dating kinda sucks. Sarah and Adam are two of a kind. He says stupid shit and she doesn't mind. They're not doing this show to make any buck. Life as a chicken whose feathers he plucks. Why does it work? Well, here is the crux. They both know dating kinda sucks. Dating kinda sucks.
Hi, I'm Adam Heath Avitable.
And I'm Sarah.
This is Dating Kinda Sucks, a podcast about dating, sex, and relationships. This week, we'll be talking about ways to enjoy Valentine's Day during a pandemic. Enjoy the show. And if you're watching on YouTube, now is a great time to subscribe, like, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss a single video.
What he said.
Yes.
Oh, good morning, Adam.
I know. I got a particularly deep voice this morning because I'm just waking up. You know, usually, I think my voice is relaxed a little bit. We record at night, but we're recording at 8 o'clock in the morning my time, 7 a.m. your time.
You know, because me not feeling well and you needing to go out.
Yeah, no, I didn't go out. You
just had a friend come over.
I had a friend over. And it wasn't anything sexy. It was just a friend of mine who she was feeling some need to self-harm, and was like, I don't want to be home alone. Can I just come over and hang out? And I was like, yeah, come over. So we just hung out and watched a movie and ate food and just kind of talked, and we're there for 3 or 4 hours, and then she felt better and went home. So
what? I didn't know. Okay, I didn't.
Well, yeah. I didn't. I didn't say all that when we in yesterday. But
you're like, I just need to do something later.
I mean, so yeah,
okay.
I was like, I have plans at this time, and you weren't done with your afternoon nap. So yeah, but so here we are, bright and early Monday morning on February 1st. We survived the first month of 2021 barely.
Yep, and we're ready for more bullshit.
Yes, yeah. Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen next? Whatever. Wall Street's being taken over by Redditors, which I support fully. Who knows? Who knows what plague might show up next?
Valentine's Day.
Yes, that is a perfect example. Yes, Valentine's Day is the next plague that's upon us.
Yep. 2 weeks. Buckle up.
This will be the first Valentine's Day in a long time that you've been dating someone during Valentine's Day. That's exciting.
I know, because the last time I was dating someone on Valentine's Day or during Valentine's Day, it was a massive failure, and then we broke up shortly after that. So hoping that doesn't happen this year, but like we said, 2021's a shit show already, so...
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, it seems like we'll talk. Well, actually, that's a good time. Why don't we talk about the shit show that happened on your birthday, and we can talk about how that might translate to Valentine's Day for you.
When I say, so when I say I thought I was going to be single on my birthday, I'm 1000% serious. I really thought Master of None and I were going to break up. I was fucking furious. So let me backtrack for a second. So yeah, Adam's birthday was last week, and then mine was the week before. And I decided to grab brunch and hang out with one of my friends, and one of my friends from Florida actually flew in to surprise me for my birthday. And so that was a really cool surprise. So we all hung out and everything was great. Because Master of None and I, literally the only thing we disagree on right now is COVID. All of our fights are related to COVID and just how we see things differently. And my friend who flew in, was obviously tested for COVID. He has cystic fibrosis, so literally COVID could kill him. And he didn't have COVID. My other friend has the vaccine. Her boyfriend never leaves the apartment. I never leave my apartment. So I was like, you know what? We're fine. But there was a moment while we were out at brunch, and my friend turns to me and she's like, are you really going to post that on your Instagram story? Because Master of None's going to know, and it's probably going to start a fight. She literally was like, you might not want to post that on Instagram.
She knew.
And I knew. That was the thing. And I knew. So I kind of look at her. I was like, nah, this is his test. Just me drinking. This is his test. We'll be fine. If he has an issue with it, it's not going to be that fucking serious. It's fine. So I post, my friend Frank flew into town, and we ate at a fucking restaurant, which fine. There was literally 2 other tables there at the whole place. It was dead.
Right.
Sure. So that was the 17th. My birthday's on the 19th. So on the 18th, he texted me. He was being very quiet, and I felt like something was up, but I didn't want to address it because if I address it, then it's true. So I was just, he'll text me. We'll figure out a plan for my birthday, and I took off work. Like besides Christmas that got fucked from the Nashville bombing, I was really looking forward to my birthday, and those are basically the only
You
two
took a
things
week off. I mean,
I took, yes.
Yeah.
I took a week off from work because I just did not want to be at work, number one. And two, like, I actually wanted to do something and celebrate my birthday because I literally do fucking nothing. So he texted me that Monday night right before my birthday and basically just it was a couple paragraphs of saying how he didn't feel comfortable that I hung out with my friends on Sunday and he's not going to see me on my birthday, and sorry, he should have communicated it sooner. And I had a feeling like he was going to like be upset a little bit about it, but not to the point of I'm not going to see you on your birthday because I'm pretty much the only person you see in general type of message. So when I got that message at like, I don't know, 10 o'clock, I looked at it, I was like, are you fucking like, I just got so fucking angry. I was like, no, this is not fucking happening right now. This is not fucking happening right now. He is seriously not mad. He did not communicate that he felt uncomfortable. Like obviously I had a feeling that he might feel uncomfortable with the fact that my friend flew in to surprise me, but it's not like I had control over that situation. And also like after the cameras were turned off and like they stopped filming his surprise reaction, my friend's like, are you okay? Like, are you and Master of None going to be good? Like, because they knew it was going to be like an issue and they're like, he got tested, like he's fine, whatever. So that made me feel better. But so he had texted me all of that and I responded back, you're fucking kidding me, right? And he responds back, no. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to be a good one. This is not going to be good. So I call you and I call my friend Lauren and I'm just fucking bitching. And like, I remember
you weren't bitching. You were, I mean, you were crying. That's what you were doing.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to like, we've moved past that. So obviously like Master of None and I didn't break up and like,
I
we're
missed your
fine
call.
now.
Because I was downtown.
Oh, I called you like 4 fucking times.
You called me like because I had my phone in my pocket and I was walking with some friends and then finally I realized it's on my phone and I pulled it out. I had 4 calls from you and you were.
Oh shit, something.
I was like, something's happening.
Yeah, no, I guess I did call you in tears. When I called my friend Lauren, I was like, I'm gonna fucking break up with him. Like, I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit. Like, I cannot. And that was just the immediate rage of just. Trying to process it, being so fucking pissed off to the point where he has a drawer in my closet and I like threw that shit out on the floor. I was like, fuck your shit. I was like, should I just throw away the fucking toothbrush? Like, I'm so fucking done with this shit. Like, I will be single on my 29th birthday. Fuck it all. Like, so fucking mad. And then I called him after I like talked to you and talked to Lauren. I was like, well, it's time to just call him. And I mean, I've never been that mad towards him, and I felt like in the moment I did not feel bad, but then the next day I was like, maybe I shouldn't have been such a fucking bitch, but it is what it is.
I mean, you do have a temper. This is true, and sometimes it does come out, but I feel like this one was a little justified. It was, he went quiet and should have told you a lot. He should, and I don't think he should have texted you. I think he should have called you.
Yeah, that was part of my piss. Yeah,
and so like you were. I feel like you were justified in having those moments of anger. You didn't act on the things that you wanted to do, so that's the more important thing.
Like what? Break up?
Like throw all of his shit away.
Well, yeah, I didn't throw it away. I just
were going to though.
I was very mad. Yes.
Yes. Like mad. I know you were going to. You said you were going to.
Yeah, I was like, this is all trash. Like, fuck him. Right. I was beyond pissed off to the point where like then I got really sad and I was like, I'm going to be spending my birthday alone. All my friends are working. I don't see anybody anyways, and I got really fucking upset about it. I was like, he's the only person I see. He should know how important this is. Why didn't he communicate beforehand? If he would have said, if you hang out with your friends, on Sunday, then I probably won't see you on your birthday, and I might have changed that. But like my other thing is I don't want to be controlled. And that I felt like I was a child in that situation of like, you shouldn't have done it. Tisk tisk. Like, no, Sarah, you need to stay home or you can't see me. Like I'm a child in a cage and I literally don't go anywhere anyways. And I feel like I'm constantly being punished by him, even though that's not the case. But that's just how I feel. I feel like I'm constantly being punished anytime I do anything outside of literally walk outside to go to my car or, you know, or work my part-time job
Right,
or
right.
whatever. I feel like I'm going to get punished for that. So, yeah, on my actual birthday, so I called him twice. The first time I like bitched him out. The second time I called him like an hour later and I was just crying on the phone to him. And I was like,
Yeah.
fine, good night. I was like, thank you for ruining my birthday. And then hung up, you know, because I'm dramatic as fuck. And the next day I went shopping, I got breakfast. I was like, I don't give a fuck, like fuck all this. Meanwhile, like I woke up and cried again. Like I got no sleep. I was just like in a piss mood on my birthday. And I was like, this is not how I want to spend my birthday. On top of I really love him and I'm not trying to be fighting with him right now. So I left the mall and I was driving home and I called him. And he was really, when he answered, he was really quiet and he sounded upset too. And I was just like, part of me was like, good, he's fucking upset too, because I'm still fucking upset. But we decided to meet up for a walk. He said, you know, I'm not going to come over or, you know, spend the night or anything like that, but I will meet you for a walk and we can walk around and both have a mask on and then just kind of talk about stuff. And I was like, honestly, like I just want to talk about stuff. I don't want this to just linger for days or weeks or whatever because it's going to fuck up our relationship and I don't want us to break up. Like, yeah, I was fucking pissed last night, but I really don't want us to break up.
Right.
So we took a long walk around this lake and that was like crying at this lake on my birthday. Just like, I don't want us to end and he didn't want us to break up either. But, you know, he kind of communicated why, you know, he failed to basically communicating why he failed to communicate about why he was feeling uncomfortable and, you know, it should have been a phone call instead of a text message and things like that. And like, yeah, sure, I probably shouldn't have overreacted, but at the same time, like it was really important to me and I was pissed about it and I'm entitled to my own feelings and maybe I could have played it differently. But yeah, when I tell people now, like I got so upset, they're like, wow, you're so fucking over dramatic. And I'm like, yeah, but in the moment,
No,
like that was
who said that?
my family.
No.
Well, I told my family like we were fighting about him not seeing me on my birthday, and my dad was just like, "Yeah, that sounds really over dramatic. Get over it." And I was like, "Okay, okay,"
Wow.
but like
Okay.
it was really important to me, you know,
Right.
like
Right.
that
That's
we
what matters.
yeah, and I was like he knew how important it was to me, so like you know I'm entitled to feel how I was feeling, and yeah,
Yeah.
maybe some people don't think their birthday is like something worth getting pissed off about if something like that happened to them, but for me, you know, and being stuck alone and never seeing anyone and it being my birthday, like that was not gonna make me happy if I didn't see
Right.
him.
Right.
So, but we're good now, and he, because of my birthday fiasco, he has planned a nice Valentine's Day staycation at his friend's Airbnb, and he like literally told me that on my birthday. He's like, "So I have this plan for Valentine's Day," and I'm like, "Oh, cool, yay!" So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I'm not mad at him anymore. It's just it's a constant frustration, right? Like I want to go visit my friend who lives in Pensacola, who literally doesn't leave the house either and works from home, and visit
Yeah.
him for a week in March. And he's like, well, you know, if you go down there, like you're gonna have to wait to see me for like 2 weeks before we hang out again. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you fucking so
I mean,
shit like that? Like I just
between the vaccine and rapid testing that's available,
we just don't agree on and I just told him I'm like agree to
it just
disagree. Like we're just not
that
gonna
just doesn't make any sense to me because yeah, I mean because if your friend gets tested the entire like a week before you see him and then the day before you see him and then you get tested like between the two guys will be able to cover all of the exposure time and it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought when I told him that my friend who flew in got a COVID test and was negative, and my other friend has the vaccine, and he didn't care.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the shit that we just don't agree. We just don't agree on it, and I don't
Yeah.
know how we're gonna agree on it. So it's one of those. Okay, you know, I guess I have to like live by his rules of how he. You know, I'm obviously trying to respect how he feels about COVID, but at the same time, I feel like he doesn't understand how I feel and he's not going to budge. So I'm just always going to be the one in trouble.
Right. Right.
And I don't think that's going to change. And it's frustrating. Like I got frustrated over
Yeah.
this about it too. And it's just not, unfortunately, it's not going to change. Yay, relationships. So I'm hoping this fucking pandemic's over so we can fight about normal fucking bullshit instead of
Right.
this.
Right. I know.
Uh,
Um, are there options for you guys to get vaccines in Tennessee yet?
mm, I don't think it'll be until the summer.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what it's going to be for anybody who's not like a elderly person or a famous celebrity
Yeah,
or politician.
pretty much.
They get them early, you know.
Or you work in healthcare like my mom and friend.
Well,
So
yeah, yes, yeah, or healthcare workers, but even like teachers aren't getting them in some areas, which
right,
is like,
exactly.
yeah,
But
like, well, that was quite a birthday experience for you, and yeah, I rarely miss a call from you, so when I had 4 missed calls, I knew something was going on. Yeah,
yay.
yeah,
I don't
it's
know. It's tough because I'm still annoyed. I'm not about my birthday situation, but I'm still annoyed about us just not being on the same page with COVID.
sure.
And I told him, I said, it feels like you don't trust me. Do you not trust that I make good decisions and I literally only hang out with people in our bubble? If if my friend Lauren and her boyfriend David and then my friend Frank are all kind of in our bubble, and I've seen Frank during the pandemic already, and that wasn't a problem after we hung out. I saw you 2 days later. Why is it an issue now? Or it wasn't an
Yes.
issue when I went to South Dakota and came back. Why is this an issue now? It wasn't an issue when I went to St. Louis to visit my mom and brother. Why is it an issue now? So it was like this tit for tat thing of now it's an issue, and that's what really fucking pissed me off.
Especially on a special day like that, and here, I mean, here's where my disagreement with it, the logic of it is that did you get tested before he saw you?
No,
So,
I've
like,
never been tested for
well,
COVID,
so
not
okay,
once.
right. So, like that's the other thing is that I understand he didn't want to see you on your birthday because he was worried because you just been exposed to somebody. So he said, I can't see you for a couple days, but it was only like 5 days,
Right,
right? And then he saw you.
right,
It was like Saturday that he came over.
right. He saw me Saturday. I hung out with someone Sunday.
But
Monday,
I mean,
there's
but I mean, but so he didn't ask you on Friday night to get tested to make sure that the 5 day exposures that you hadn't been exposed asymptomatically because obviously nobody's had any symptoms of anything anyways. So I just like
right.
that's the logic, like that's where the logic breaks for me is it doesn't make any sense because if he's worried about you maybe have being exposed to it and it can take 5 to 6 days for it to show up or whatever, then you would think that he would want you to be tested to make sure you don't have it, but he never asked that part of it, and I don't. So that's where I don't understand, and then that's where I get confused into where the logic, like how that fails the logic test in my opinion.
Well then it was like, okay, cool. So I can't see you on Tuesday, your birthday, but I'll see you on Saturday. So then I'm at my place Friday night, still kind of, I mean, like, even though we fixed things on Tuesday and Wednesday and had, seen each other and talked about it,
Yeah,
I was still kind of angry about it, to be honest. So when he wasn't over Friday night, I'm like, really? You're going to come over Saturday morning, 8 hours later, and that's going to make all of the difference? Like, it just doesn't compute for me.
no, me
And we
either, me
just
either.
we just don't agree on it. And I'm like, sorry, babe. And I'm like shitting on you right now, but like we just don't agree on it.
You know,
And
shit, we're just discussing a
uh,
logical error that neither of us can understand. It's an inconsistency that I don't think he necessarily understands. I think he just feels like a little bit of time and he feels better about it. And it's really what it is. I
yeah, he
don't, yeah.
feels better with time in between when I see
But
other
but if
people.
we were looking at it completely in a scientific, like logical sense, he would like it would have to be like let's get tested after these number of days. Like that would all be part of this whole process. If he was really using any type of scientific guideline or medical guidelines as his rules, but the rules tend to be a little arbitrary, and
And
that's what's frustrating.
they're
Right.
constantly changing.
Eh,
Where when I got back from South Dakota, the rule was no parties, no groups over whatever.
Yep.
And if you do, you have to wait 10 days.
Right.
I haven't been to any fucking parties, but yet when I see three people that are all good, that's so it's all these like rules that I can't. And I told him when I saw my birthday, I was like, what are the fucking rules?
You're
What
right.
are
Right.
what
Right.
are the what's the
Because they
box
do
that I
keep
need to be
changing,
in?
and yeah, you need to have those goalposts set to one specific thing because you can't. The arbitrariness is really really frustrating.
Yeah. So that's been so fun on my end, and I literally go nowhere now, and I don't know. I like obviously I still see one of my friends occasionally, and I try to go out and do some things, but I'm a fucking extrovert, and I need human
Yeah,
interaction or I'm gonna fucking
absolutely.
lose my mind. And although I love my interactions with him and seeing him, I need other people. Like
Yeah,
I need to see and talk to other people in person, I'm gonna lose my shit.
You know, and I'm not an extrovert, but I still need that time out with people. I need to go out and be social. And people like really, get mad at me that I go out to a bar. And I'm like, if I go to a bar, chances are half the time it's me and the bartender. And like we're sitting in this giant empty room, and maybe there's two other people in this whole room that are all sitting there having a drink and then wearing their mask when they leave the bar, and and that's it. Like it's if I go somewhere that's too crowded, I leave. Like it's
Right.
most places are empty,
And that's
and
what I was telling you, because probably my birthday weekend was the first time I was actually going to fucking restaurants. Like
right.
I went to a restaurant that Friday with one friend, which that was an issue, but I digress. I went to a restaurant then, and I know I'm so fucking petty. Went to a restaurant then, and at a lunch rush on a Friday at 12:30, there were only two other tables.
Yep.
Two other fucking tables on the other side of the restaurant. There was nobody. And I told my friend, I was like, if it's packed, we will sit somewhere else. Obviously, it's January in Nashville, so it's cold outside, but we'll find somewhere else to go. And I walk in, I'm like, oh my God, there's literally no one in here. I'm like, and it's like really high ceilings, massive place. So I felt fine about it, and same thing with my birthday brunch. There was fucking no one in there. And then we went to a bar. We were the only ones in there outside of the people serving. And they were and that was the other thing that was getting me too. They were so happy we were in there because they're so dead and they're hurting for money. So we spent more money at that bar because these people aren't making any money, and
Yep.
I didn't feel bad about it. And I knew he was going to have an issue with, I went to a bar and all these things, but like I told him, we were the only table. Our table of four was the only table in this whole place. So I didn't feel bad about that either. And like you said, I'm not going to go to a bar that's crowded. I'm not going to walk down on Broadway in Nashville and go to the bars there where people are dancing on a dance floor, not wearing a mask or anything like that. But if everything's separated, if there's not a lot of people in there, I feel okay with that. And if my immediate group I know either has a vaccine, has been quarantining, is a negative COVID test, I feel fine.
Right.
But that's me versus, his feeling about it is, none of his friends go out, none of his family goes out. I'm the one in his circle doing the most. So
I mean, I get the sense that his friends don't go out anyways because they're all video game players. So that's not like they go out.
Video game players.
They don't put their shit anyways.
Shit, but
I mean,
I don't know. But like he saw his friends for his friend's birthday a couple weeks before mine, and they all hung out outside and wore a mask and did whatever. And I was like, I'm not doing that for my birthday. Like, I'm not gonna stand outside and see. Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna stand outside and see my friends. But that's me not understanding. If all of his friends haven't done anything, haven't gone anywhere, why can't they just all hang out together and it not be an issue if they've all been quarantining? You know what I mean? And not seen anyone. But no, they did it outside with a mask on. But that's how his friend group handles it versus me and my friend group.
Yeah.
It's a different approach, and everyone has their own opinion on how this pandemic should be handled. But I also think, although I don't go out and I don't do a lot of things and I'm trying to be as safe as possible, there are those moments of I'm going to fucking lose my shit if I don't see people and it's my birthday or it's a holiday. I have to fucking get out of my apartment.
You have to weigh your mental health at the same time. There are the risks to your emotional health and mental health. You have to weigh those and be able to say, okay, I need this for my emotional health, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I took the risk to go out on a date with him in April when this pandemic started.
It's true.
That was a risk too that I wasn't comfortable with. When he was gonna come over and we were gonna have brunch one of the times, I told him, no, don't come over. I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
But that's obviously, if I never took that risk, then
That's true.
we wouldn't be in a relationship. So it's really hard to judge which decision is the right decision. Obviously, I'm not going to go visit my dad who's high risk or visit my grandparents or hang out with people who I know are partying at bars and doing all of these crazy things. But I will hang out with the people that I know don't do anything anyways, because what is that risk?
Right.
For me, that's how I perceive it.
No, of course. Yeah. And speaking of things like that, I should talk about what I did for my birthday.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
No. He usually talk about hanging out at bars, and I was like, my birthday, on the other hand.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk about Adam's birthday.
Since we both had a birthday a week apart. No, I mean, I think that it is very frustrating, and I don't know that I would handle things as well as you did with that, to be honest. So. I just don't know that I would have. So I think that it is frustrating. It's the arbitrariness for me. Like I need like a specific, and maybe it's because the lawyer in me, whatever it is, but like I need a specific. Here are the explicit rules. So then I can figure out how to talk my way around those, basically. but I need to know those explicit guidelines so that I know, exactly what someone expects and what they don't expect. And it's hard when that does keep shifting. Like that would be very frustrating to me. You say, well, this time it's okay, but last time it was, it wasn't. Like that's very frustrating,
Right.
and it drive me fucking crazy. I mean, my birthday, I went to Ale House for lunch and just invited anybody who wanted to come out and buy me a drink to come buy me a drink, and I was there for 8-9 hours or whatever, and just sitting at the bar drinking. And
You also made a TikTok about Cash App Me On. Was that a TikTok?
oh yeah, I did a TikTok. Yeah, just I was like talking about wishing. I was like, I'll just I love the community, blah blah, and all I want for my birthday are birthday wishes. And then I kept flashing my Cash App on it, which was pretty funny. I was just being ridiculous. I was making fun of a lot of the TikTokers out there, basically. Although I wanted to thank everybody who did send me money on Cash App for Venmo for me buying myself. Like, so I was like, I can't be there at Ale House, so here's money to buy yourself a drink or whatever. So that made sure my bill at the end of the night after 8 hours was only I think like $12 or something like that, $14. So that was pretty good. But it was definitely definitely a good birthday. I realized that I had to stop drinking because I stopped making sense to myself even at Ale House. I was sitting there and I was like, I'm getting like loopy. I need to go to bed. So then I came home and went right to bed. And and then I had a friend come over the next day who took off the day of work so we can go out and just day drink for my birthday. So you
did a lot of fucking
drinking. I did 2 solid days of drinking, and it took me a couple days to recover. But it was a good birthday, though. It was nice. I think, I had a good time. I had a friend who made me a little scale model of me in a bathtub filled with bacon.
I thought that was the coolest gift.
It is the coolest gift that I've ever gotten. Like it's such a neat idea. She just said she was out at like the dollar store and saw this little like plastic doll bathtub, and she's like, "Oh, I bet I could do this." And she's very creative. She's a body paint artist as well, and a face painter, and makes all like she makes her living but through her art, and she's like sculpted out of like foam me and the bacon and everything, and it was really great. So that was a nice little gift there.
Yeah.
So, but beyond that, I did have yes, the whole dating thing. I had a first date. So, and I realized what makes dating different, I think, when I date versus you date is that you're whoever you end up dating, usually if they listen to the podcast, they only listen to the podcast occasionally. Or like now, I mean, I know Master None listens every episode, but I mean before him. But also, they're usually not someone that you are associated with on social media or everything. Like, remember when I had Tinkerbell and I talked about Tinkerbell, everybody immediately knew she was because here I'm on like my Instagram tagging her photos. And so there's this weird lack of anonymity that happens too. So I have to maybe be more careful about how I describe the date.
I mean, I haven't even shared Master of None's Instagram on my Instagram or tagged him in anything because his handle's obscene. His handle's just ridiculous, but also he's never on Instagram. He has like 20 followers, so
and so that makes it a little bit difficult when I know that the person I went on the date with was already a listener of the podcast. She's somebody who's like a part of the community, and we have mutual friends who also listen to the podcast and everything. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna be as open as possible, but I'll talk about maybe what I do, not necessarily try to share maybe her. I don't want to tell her story on it. Maybe that's the way to do it. But anyways, it's nothing bad. It sounds very foreboding, but no, it's a very good
I know, like what happened?
That sounds very good. No, I was thinking about that this morning. But we matched on Coffee Meets Bagel. which there's a shout out for that app because I mean I forget about that app half the time, and so I was actually glad that I used it because we matched and immediately started talking. And when we matched, she goes, "Oh, I'm so glad that you actually matched." And she's like, I've been listening to the podcast for a while, and I'm just now getting divorced, and now I actually and before it was just entertaining, and now it's actually educational." And I was like, now it's helpful, and I was like, "Oh, that's great." But she lives over in Volusia County area, so she's about an hour away over in the Daytona area, and she is close to my age, like in her late 30s, and we were originally going to plan on like she asked pretty quickly. We switched to phones pretty quickly, and then she asked pretty quickly about, hey, do you want to like get together for a drink sometime? And I was like, yeah, let's meet up in the middle, like meet in Sanford or something, because it's kind of a middle way. And she's like, no, I'll come over to you. It's fine. She goes, I got friends over there anyway, so like it won't be a big deal. So of course I scheduled our first date where?
Ale House.
Of course, of
Which
course.
that was one of your dating affirmations that
I
you weren't going
know,
to do
I
that.
know.
So
Let's,
you failed.
so I tell you what, I suggested Sanford, and she said no. So she's like, "I'll come to you." And then I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
if
Well, here's the
if you're
backup.
gonna come to Altamont, then I guess Ale House it is." But it started at Ale House. We had a drink there, and it like started to get really busy, like really busy. I guess there was a boxing match or something going on soon, so it was just obnoxious. So after a while, I was like, "Do you want to go somewhere else?" She said yeah. So we got in our car, went to this place called Post Time Lounge, which is this just
Another good bar.
another dive bar with live music, and went in there and sat away from people at the bar. And this was a good sign, was that she was hungry. She's like, I'm gonna order a sandwich. So she ordered a BLT and then asked for no lettuce, no tomato. And there was like, so you just want bacon, mayonnaise, and bread? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, I like that. Like that's
Oh
a
man, that's you
I
in
know, I know.
final
I was
form.
like, that's a perfect sign right there. So we were sitting there, we were having another drink there, and we were just chatting, and like we get along. Like the conversation is one of those things that flowed the whole second. Like as soon as she got there, immediately flowed. It was never awkward. It felt very, very comfortable. Like we'd known each other for a while, which I like that, And we'd been texting for maybe almost a week before we actually went out just because of schedules and everything. She has two kids. She has one that's underage that's not home. It
Both kids
isn't.
are underage,
Yeah,
I guess. But
no. One's an actual adult above 18,
oh,
but the one's not. And so has to takes into consideration the care for her son, but and so the conversation was great. And then at some point we were talking about karaoke, and I mentioned that I love karaoke, and I was just talking about the songs I sing. And she goes, "I really want to. Are you really sing Creep by Radiohead?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." She goes, "I need to see that." I was like, "All right, let's go do karaoke." So then I left her car there, called an Uber, and went to Big Daddy's, and which
classic
does
move.
get karaoke 7 days a week, and went in there and hung out. Had that's where we spent the majority of our night, there till probably about, I don't say like midnight. And I finally I put my name in. We got there late, so I put my name in. Then it took an hour and a half or whatever for me to actually get up there, and then I sang, and we were having a really good time. And then so then we went outside to call the Uber to go back to sorry, call the Uber to go back to get her car. And I was like, do you just want to come back to my house? And I mean, it's late and you've been drinking. Like, I don't think you should drive back to Daytona. That wouldn't be good. And she's like, yeah. She seemed, and was seeming to do it. And I was like, I said, I was drunk, by the way. I'm going to say this, but
No.
no, I know. I said, we're not going to have sex, but I will make you come. And I actually said that. I know I said those lines, and
Oh my god.
I
Oh
know,
my god.
I know. But
And what was her reaction to that? She laughed, or she was like, "Oh yeah."
well, we started making out.
Oh,
Well, we started making out, and because we had like 15 minutes before the car came, so we made out for a while, and then we came back to the house, and
you made her come, and
uh,
then
I, I stood by my word, and that's the
so proud of you. Always
extent of
so
what I
proud.
think I should say about that. But no, it was very fun, and actually fooling around and getting into bed felt very natural, and comfortable immediately comfortable, and that was very nice. And we kind of dozed off, and then around I think like 4:30 she was like, all right, I need to go home, like, get home so in the morning the kids know that I'm there. And so yeah, I walked her to her car and gave her a kiss, and she drove home. And yeah, it was very nice. I really enjoyed talking to her. She has a really cute smile, and she's 5'1", I think, too. So,
So
which
she's
is
small and the size that you like.
she's just like basically, yeah, like I just like pick her up and put her in my pocket, which is just like one of those things that it's appealing to me. It really is, as a gorilla type King Kong human being. You just like to have that, Fay Ray type little tiny tiny person with you who can just like climb up you basically. But yeah, I just remember like
Or climb on, yeah.
That's
She'll climb.
so torn on how much I can say or how much I should say, but
Oh my god.
at one point she was going down on me, and with one hand I just kind of lifted her up and moved her over me, and so then we were 69ing, and it just with one hand, it was just like I was
All
just
right.
just like carry, it was just like, it was
That
like,
would never work with Master of None and I. It would just nope.
it was just
Thank
right
God.
because you guys are like the same size. Like for me, it was just like bloop. It's just like I'm just gonna move you around and just rotate you. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and we've been talking about another date this coming week. I think Friday night we're gonna go out again, and she has her kids every other weekend, or her younger kid every other weekend, so that's a consideration. I'm sure over time that could be an issue, but that won't be an issue. But I really like, fantastic date. Probably
I like her. Look
yeah, I
at
do.
you.
Yeah, I think we get along really well. We've been talking on the phone and texting and stuff pretty continuously throughout the since our date. So
So a
yeah.
second date is on the horizon this upcoming week, or
Yes, it's Friday. This Friday is
Okay.
our second date. We haven't planned anything specific. I don't know if I'm going to her, if she's going to come to me. I said, if you do want to come here, I said, just come to my house next time, plan on staying the night, and then we'll just go, we'll go from here. So that way I can take her to downtown, or go, show her
Right.
around the area a little bit. So that'll be nice. And yeah, we have a lot of the same interests in like television and movies and stuff like that. So we spend a lot of our time talking about our favorite shows, and
I mean,
even
she likes bacon with mayonnaise and bread as a
right?
sandwich. That's all you had to say.
That's a sign right there. And I think the downfall is that she's also going through in the middle of going through a divorce and trying to figure out her own life too. So that's a thing we talked about as well, is that there
The
is
rampage.
well, not necessarily a trampage, but she's just like, like she promised herself she didn't want to get anything serious for a while, because she's trying to
Right.
figure, just figure out her own life, and that's fine. Like I have no problem. I have plenty of patience. So, and we can just see where this goes, and go on a couple more dates at least, at least a couple more dates, and then we can still see what's going on with that as well. So,
Okay.
so I mean, I think it's probably, we'll come up with a nickname. We got to come up with a nickname that'll be worth it. But I was thinking BLT.
I kind of love anything with bacon,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I think it would just call it
BLT. Okay.
BLT or BLT, yeah, something like that. But would be a nickname, because I think there's going to be a need for a nickname, because we'll be. I think I'll probably be talking about her for a while now, and then wait
Okay.
till next time. All of a sudden, I'm like, nope, we're not talking anymore. Like, who knows? In my
I
luck,
called it
but
too soon. Yeah.
yeah.
Wasted a
But
nickname.
I'll be optimistic here. How about that? I'll be cautiously optimistic and say that we'll be talking about her for quite some time now.
Okay.
It's just a guess on my
What
side.
is happening with Adam right
I
now?
know, I know. Look at that. Maybe the beginning of the year was a good thing. Maybe 2021 actually has some benefit out there.
Huh. Well, it will only take some more time to find that out.
I know.
Time will tell.
Yes. But so that was the only date that I've been on since then. Yeah, I haven't actually really been on the apps too much recently. It just I got banned from Hinge again for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
They keep saying I violate the terms and conditions, and I'm like, I'm not. So I really think it's someone at Hinge who doesn't like us because of because we had that issue with them, and
Yeah.
yeah, and so I think that's kind of funny. And I guess it was maybe it's fine. I'm like, all right, fine, fuck you, fuck Hinge.
Okay.
You know, yeah,
All
that's what
right.
we'll be saying to that. Yeah, I mean,
And
that's
with
it right
that,
there. And with that, with fuck Hinge, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back. We'll start to giving you some ideas for how to celebrate Valentine's Day during COVID.
Adam, with Valentine's Day coming up,
Yes.
Adam. Well, I was gonna say,
That
I was
was
gonna
the
say
weirdest way you've ever
that
said
was
my
the
name.
weirdest way I've ever gotten back from a break. But okay, so if you and
Sarah, like
the finger thing for moving like you're singing. Anyways, if you and BLT continue to go on dates, would you actually plan something for Valentine's Day, or would you do very low key, like, "Hey, happy Valentine's Day. Here's some chocolate." What would that look like for you?
well, I mean, I don't think I would, and only because, I mean, today is February 1st. We are going on again on February 5th or 6th, whatever day
Okay.
Friday is, and Valentine's Day is the next weekend, and I know that she has her son that weekend anyways. Now,
Okay.
if for some reason she was free, then I might suggest we just go out just to go out to dinner or go out, not even dinner, just go out, just go out and have fun.
Going out to dinner on Valentine's Day is always
Yeah,
such
yeah.
act.
And I hate like, yeah, and I don't enjoy going out to dinner as a whole anyways, but go out and do something. I would suggest it. Wouldn't do any gifts or anything though, because I think I kind of feel like I've grown beyond Valentine's Day gifts as a whole. Like the gift themselves are all things that you never really want, that either are flowers that die, chocolates that you
What's
that are
wrong with flowers? I
oh
like
gosh.
flowers.
Flowers die. If you want to get
I
something,
mean, yeah.
get a plant. Like a plant is actually something that will keep growing, and I feel like it's a better gift now. Like it's more sustainable for the earth, than to just get flowers that are going to die in a
I'm
week.
sorry, Adam's gonna talk about the
I'm
environment for once.
yes,
What's
you don't know,
happening here?
tree hugger, or like or a stupid stuffed animal or something, which I've done in the past, but I feel like it's just not a great. I don't know, but
I'm with you
so
on that.
so we'd see. Like what did you do? Well, let's talk about like what did you do last Valentine's Day?
You forgot already.
I did.
Last Valentine's Day, I went on a first date with the doctor.
Oh, that was on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we went on a first date. Yep.
Where he made his own like
He made his own
whiskey
cocktail.
or
It was a
gin or
gin.
something.
It was a gin with like juniper berries or whatever. And so when he showed up on the date, we went to this really shitty fucking pizza. The whole date was just it was a bad idea. But I mean, one, he was on his way to
Yeah,
work that night, which I didn't realize he was working the night shift. So I thought we were gonna spend like the night like hanging out,
right,
going to more
right.
places. So that was not stated. And then he showed up and he brought, this little canister of alcohol, and everyone who was in the restaurant like saw kind of knew we were on a first date, which was borderline awkward, but also I didn't want all the attention on us when he walked
Sure.
in and gave that gift. So I was like, okay, cool, let's just not talk about that. Um, and then he left to go to work, and then I went to my friend's house after and just kind of talked about the date. But yeah, I mean, it was maybe an hour and a half date that I went on Valentine's Day, and there was no expect. It wasn't like more romantic because it was on Valentine's Day. If
Right, right.
anything, it was just a little bit more awkward, to be honest. And we didn't kiss, so
That's that's weird. I've had a couple of odd Valentine's Day. I remember a few years ago, I had matched with somebody on a dating app. She's like, "Hey, listen, I know it's Valentine's Day, but I'm going to friends are just having like a singles party. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And so we go to I was like, why not? It's like
right.
it's just might be a fun thing to do. We go to the party, and it was fun meeting everybody. And then afterwards, she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go to my friend's house, and like after party. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Just follow me." So I'm following her, and I get a phone call from her as I'm following her. It says, "This is really awkward for me, but I'm having some really massive gastrointestinal issues, and I think I just need to be alone for a little while." And I believed her too. Like she was a very blunt person, And I was like, "Well, okay, good luck." And
Good luck with that. Don't
and
shit
we
your
just kind
pants in
of
the car.
yeah, basically. And yeah, we became friends. I think we went out like a one other time later on. She lived out of town, so it was just this whole weird thing. And then last year was the Nude Night art show is usually during over
Oh,
Valentine's Day weekend. So that would actually normally be what I'd be doing on Valentine's Day weekend is I'd probably have a piece, photography in the show. But last year I had a piece in it, and so I brought two girlfriends who wanted to go see it. Two of them came out, and showed them the art show. They enjoyed it, but they've been drinking before they got there, and then
Didn't someone feel uncomfortable with the fact, or maybe that was someone on the
no,
app
that was
saw
that was a year before I knew night. I matched. I had somebody come out and meet me there because it was the Valentine's Day weekend. And she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I've got this show." She goes, "Oh, I'd love to check it out." I was like, "Well, come on, I've got a free ticket for you, and we'll walk around." And she just felt very odd. Like she seemed very out of place. She was very, I don't want to say like rednecky, but
But you said it.
it's kind of rednecky, and so I think that might be just an open art exhibition of about sexuality and nudity, and like
Not her thing.
all that. I think might not have been her thing. But these two enjoyed themselves, but they were also a little drunk when they got there, and then they wanted to go out afterwards. So we went to Parliament House after that. And it was a shit show because we had to leave there by like 12:30 because one of the girls got so drunk that she kept pulling her tits out. Like she just kept like
Oh my
like
god.
she like drag queen. She's like, "Oh, I love your tits," and she's like, "Look at mine," and she just like literally like lifting out. It was
You
it's
never
fucking
told
hilarious.
me that.
But
Damn.
it's I know, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But I was like, all right, we gotta go. Like, sorry, time to go. And because I also don't think she was 21. I think she was just 20, and she's still like a month away from 21. So I was like, if they check, they're gonna it's not gonna be good. So I don't want to get her into trouble. So let's get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I had to drop them off with the Taco Bell. She like passed out in the car. Yeah, it was pretty fucking funny. But so that was like those are Valentine's Day. Like I feel like they never go the way that you want them to.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's especially hard now to try to plan it during a pandemic because restaurants are like we want to make money, so they're going to try to do some crazy shit. But
I mean, they're obviously not going to be as packed as they have been in the past, just based on restaurant restrictions based on the city that you're in. But also, I don't think people are going to want to go out because of that, too, knowing that it's
right.
typically a busy day for restaurants. You might see more people doing takeout orders, but I think people are going to go back to just cooking a nice meal at home.
Yeah, that
That's
could be
my thought.
I mean that could be very nice. But what if people want to like try to celebrate in some way? I guess we can try to come up with some ideas, maybe a few tips for people, some suggestions.
So, I mean, Valentine's Day this year is on a Sunday, so you do have the weekend for things to do. I know, like I said earlier, Master of None and I are doing somewhat of a staycation, so we're staying at his friend's Airbnb for a week and just going to be hanging out there. So it'll be a nice way for me to get out of my fucking apartment and then for us just kind of hang out together there.
Is it in Nashville?
Yeah, no, it's in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
It's
you're staying there for
setting.
you're staying there for a week?
Yeah, we're gonna stay there.
I don't think I realized that. Wow, is that like a week that I'm not going to be getting like regularly like constant FaceTime calls from you? I don't know how I'm
sad about that?
I am. I don't know how I'm going to survive. I'm literally going to be like, you better call occasionally. I can't handle a week with no calls from Sarah. Like I'm used to just getting them all the time.
Like 4 times a day. Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's what we're going to do for like the Valentine's Day weekend. I have to work on Valentine's Day, but I think the day before I suggested to him.
Valentine's Day is a Sunday.
I know, but I work. I work.
Your job?
Yeah, I work at a spa on the weekend, so I'll be working that day and it'll be busy there. Which I know, but I'm not going to quit right now. I like my discounts, but anyway,
perks, yeah.
I like the perks. I really like the perks, but I mean, from the spa's perspective, though, they're already booked up for Valentine's Day. So if you wanted to get a massage or a facial or anything like that, just yourself or a couple's massage, it's going to be the second when this episode comes out. You're probably a little late to the game because people are just sitting around trying to book stuff to try to plan for the next holiday. Right. And I think that's also why people are like, oh, gotta plan ahead. I mean, people were calling yesterday and they're like, yeah, I'm behind the 8 ball. I'm like, it's January, but everyone's just 2 weeks ahead of you, I guess. So if you want to do something like that where you need to schedule an appointment to do something, do it now rather than the week before because you're going to have a tough time because I think people are looking for things to do that don't require you to be at home.
Yeah, that makes sense that if you aren't going to stay home, then you're probably already behind the 8 ball on that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
unfortunately.
Let's be honest about Valentine's Day is a stupid holiday. Or
Oh no,
let me,
I definitely think it's a stupid
yeah,
holiday filled with expectations that no one can meet. Like you said, it's always just kind of a bust of, oh, it's Valentine's Day. Okay. I think the only time it was special was when I was a fucking kid in elementary school and people could buy carnations for people, and that's when you would find out if your crush really liked you or not. And
and
I
that's
guess
when the
that made it
shittiness
special.
happened.
I don't know.
That's because you would wait for someone to buy you or plenty of people would wait for someone to buy a carnation, and you'd have the one girl in class who always got all the carnations, and then the other girls who
True.
didn't get anything. And so I feel like it's always just been just a shit holiday, and it's a commercial holiday
Yeah.
overall. You know, it's obviously just designed to sell flowers and candies and cards and all that stuff. And so you shouldn't feel bad about treating it like any other day or using it as a time, if you're single, to treat yourself either. Like just to go, like, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I
Like,
I
go get a
especially
drink.
think
Oh,
for
yeah.
I especially think for single people, they're less likely, and I know like last year and the year before, I was less likely to want to spend money on myself because I'm saving money being single on Valentine's Day. But actually one of my friends on Facebook posted this whole thing last year about, if you're single on Valentine's Day, spend the amount of money you would on a significant other, add another gift on top of that, and then add tax, and that's what you should get yourself for Valentine's Day. So last year I bought myself a dress and something else like makeup and was like, okay, cool, I'm happy with that, treating myself, and I didn't feel as guilty about it because I'm not spending money on someone else. Versus this year, what the fuck am I going to get Master of None for Valentine's Day?
He's gonna be
Flowers? No.
he's gonna be
Chocolate?
fine with nothing. That's the thing. He doesn't care.
But it feels so one-sided to be the woman in the relationship, and I kind of want flowers. I don't want a card or anything. I just fucking want tulips and for us to have a good time. But for him, I don't know what to get him. Or do I just make some gimmicky thing myself and just call it a happy Valentine's Day gift? I don't know.
Get him a funny card or something like that. Like he prefers something funny than something probably sweet. It'd be my guess.
I already got a card and it's not a funny card.
Oh
It's a
God, Sarah,
sentimental ass. I
you're the
bought it two
worst.
weeks ago because I was trying to be ahead of this and not
Uh,
run around last minute.
the worst. I mean, a lot of men, I'm not going to speak for all men, but a lot of men don't give a shit about Valentine's Day.
I
Like,
know.
we don't care if you get us a gift that's amazing. We don't expect one. It is kind of a sexist holiday in that sense that it's almost designed that the man is supposed to be getting the woman gifts, even though it can be whomever, but has that feeling for it. And I think a lot of guys just don't care. They don't want flowers. If there's a certain kind of chocolate or candy he really likes, you could get him that. But if not, that's fine. Like if there's a certain, he likes some type. There's something that you're like, oh, this is a sweet little nice thing, and it's actually thoughtful and related to him. Then that's fine. But otherwise, yeah, don't worry about it. Like I mean, obviously, my ex-wife was terrible at giving gifts, and Valentine's Day was the year that she went all out. She actually got roses for me one year, which is just I felt weird about. I was just like,
Really? Okay. I
it
was actually
was.
gonna ask, have you ever gotten flowers and
Oh yeah, she did that one time because I always sent her flowers to her work, and so she bought flowers to come to have home because she liked to keep them at work too.
Mhm.
And so that was always, I felt weird about it. I was like, I don't generally like getting gifts anyways, but like that was just I'm like I don't know what to do with flowers. Like I don't care about
they're
flowers.
just gonna die, like you
Yeah,
said.
basically, yeah, they're already dead. Like they are. You've already cut them from their roots. They're already dead. Like they're just slowly dying. So you just get to watch flowers slowly die for a week. So
So romantic. Thanks,
how
Adam.
romantic? I know. Did I ruin flowers for you?
No, you did. I bought no, because I went to Trader Joe's and I bought a really small bouquet of flowers for I want to say $3, and I'm happy about it. So
That's
I
good.
think it brightens the if you like interior decorating and all of that jazz, I think it brightens the room, and I don't know.
Sure.
I
Sure.
feel
No,
I feel more
absolutely.
sophisticated when I have, a vase full of flowers in my apartment, and I'm like, look at me
Right.
having my shit together. And then yeah, you're right, they do die, and then I contemplate if I buy another.
But I mean, but I would go overboard with all that stuff, too. I would buy so many flowers for my ex-wife all the time on and chocolates and all these things, and I think she appreciated them, but also at the same time it was just the same thing all the time, and it
Right.
kind of got repetitive. And that's also Valentine's Day was also the holiday where she bought me what I thought was a DVD player, and it turned out to be the vacuum cleaner with the vacuum cleaner bags that she had wrapped because she thought we needed a vacuum cleaner, and also thought that Valentine's Day was a good time to give us a gift of a vacuum cleaner. So I don't know. I think yeah. I think that there are a lot of reasons just to be like, oh, fuck Valentine's Day. But if you're with someone and you feel romantic, you don't have to wait till Valentine's Day. You know, you can do it any day. If Valentine's Day weekend is booked or that Sunday night dinner is booked and you want to take somebody out on a Friday night, that's okay too.
That's the funny thing, just working at the spa and saying, we don't have availability that weekend, but the following weekend we do. And they're like, oh no, not that weekend. Like not the weekend before. Why is it? That's what does.
Right,
if you really want to book a fucking couples massage, or you really want to do something and it's already filled up, why don't you just wait until the next week? It's the day.
Yep.
Like what do you expect on that specific day, that everyone's just gonna have hearts in their eyes? And I don't know.
That's why it's because people just have these assumptions, and when your assumptions like that, your expectations are so high that it's so easy to have a disappointing Valentine's Day. I bet if we polled our listeners, we would find that more people have had disappointing Valentine's Day than have had positive Valentine's Day experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or at least they're more memorable disappointing than positive.
Yeah, all the Valentine's Days I remember have been really fucking bad.
I don't remember any of the good ones. I can't remember.
What's a good one? What's a good one?
Yeah, exactly.
Just being happy in your relationship, or being happy that you're single. I mean, even last year wasn't a bad one for me. I went on a first date, fine, whatever, and then I hung out with my friends after. It was a seemingly good Valentine's Day. It wasn't overly lovey-dovey or whatever. And I don't think you need to be in a relationship to appreciate the day. I think it just comes down to, if you're single, just appreciate the fact that you're single and you're like, cool, I don't have to deal with this bullshit and I'm happy being me. I think a lot of people get it twisted where they see Valentine's Day as the day that they're reminded it's Single Awareness Day and I'm constantly reminded that I'm single, when you should be like chugging back some fucking margaritas and celebrating that you're fucking single, if that's the case. Why are we crying over it? You're not in a toxic fucking relationship. Congrats. Where's the celebration?
Exactly. That's a very, very good rant there, Sarah. That was evocative of my type of rant.
I don't know. I'm just so sick of fucking women. It's mostly women, like you said. Guys don't really give a fuck. It's mostly women, younger girls, bitching that they're single on Valentine's Day. And I'm like, sis, why are you crying? Why are you upset? Why are you upset over one fucking day? The day before you weren't upset. The day after you're not that upset. But just because you're on Instagram, just seeing everyone post their fucking roses and chocolates, that's what's going to set you off. If that's really what's going to set you off, delete social media for the day and go out and treat yourself. Like I said, add tax onto whatever you want to buy yourself and enjoy it. Just fucking enjoy it, or hang out with your other single friends,
Right. I mean, and for men, Valentine's Day years past, I would, go to the strip club, come home, order one of those heart-shaped pizzas, jerk off, and go to bed. Like, it's just pretty much a perfect Valentine's Day. Like, that sounds pretty good right now. Like, I mean, I'll do that any day.
Heart-shaped pizza is a good idea. Whether you're single or not, getting a heart-shaped pizza, I think, is a cool idea.
You can
get that fucking anywhere, too.
Yeah, it's so weird, though. I feel like you're just not getting enough pizza for the money, but they're, like, trying to make more money on it. But it's a whole other story. But I agree. If you are a woman who is like woefully, I can't believe I don't get to celebrate Valentine's Day with somebody, chances are your expectations wouldn't have been matched. Like, you're going to do much better at treating yourself and having fun with yourself than a partner is going to do on a holiday where all of the pressure is on usually the man to try to make something amazing happen for the woman. And we all know that if it comes down to the man's responsibility to make something amazing happen for the woman, she usually has to break out the toys.
Yep.
So
yeah, like, what are you expecting? Bomb sex on if the sex is already bad, you're expecting bomb sex on Valentine's Day. What are you expecting? Rose petals leading to the bedroom? Or I don't know. I think they're all just these commercial
movie.
It's like romanticized movie ideas that we think, if I get a fucking balloon that's shaped like a heart, that means that he loves me. What the fuck? Versus, we cooked a really nice meal together and laughed and had a good time. That's what Master of None and I do every fucking weekend. But it's not Valentine's Day. Does that make it any less special? No.
Right. Absolutely. And so I think it is one of those holidays that we should just altogether stop talking about it. Like, we do it every
year. Yeah.
Well, it is. So it's funny. I have a whole joke that I do on stage about Valentine's Day, about buying flowers, about making a joke on the card where I would make a pun on VD. Like the very first year I sent them to my ex-wife, it was like, I hope your VD brings you more love and happiness and less swelling and itching, and things like that. Like, and she always thought it was funny, and I didn't put my name on it, etc. And the joke is just me about this one time I did it, that I sent her these that said, "Happy VD, you're gonna really love these." And then they didn't get delivered to her. They got delivered to somebody else by accident. And so this whole conversation I had with customer service about that poor guy whose girlfriend just got those flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, so it was funny because I was touring in Iceland and I got up on stage and I started to tell this joke and they looked confused. And I was like, so some of you don't seem to be like, so I wanted to ask, because they all speak English very well. They're like, what exactly is Valentine's Day?
Oh.
So for them, it hasn't really come across it hasn't become this commercial holiday. It's not something they celebrate. You don't really see anything in the stores about it. And at least at that point it wasn't. And it was one of those things. So I had to realize that in order to do that joke, I had to explain, first of all, that Valentine's Day is this ridiculous holiday in America where we celebrate like this. And they were all like, that sounds terrible. And so,
this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It was a very interesting perspective for me to see that all these fully healthy adults and and everything were just like, yeah, we don't need a special holiday to go do something like that. Like, it's just that's just weird to have that. And so that was interesting. And I think that they seem perfectly, I mean, they're Icelandic, so I would say they're mostly normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're just cold a lot, but that's
cold
okay.
And eat kind of weird food, and but have to check a registry before they get married to make sure they're not actually related to the person they're dating because it's such a small country. But beyond that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they have a whole registry. They have to make sure that their lineage goes back just far enough that because of course they're going to be related to each other in some capacity. Like, it might go back 10 generations or it might go back 2, so they have to make sure that it's not too far.
That's a real thing.
Oh, that's a real thing. Yeah, because it's just a small country.
I thought you were fucking kidding. No, that's a real thing. Okay.
Like, if you meet someone Icelandic and you already know somebody else Icelandic, you can probably say, "Hey, do you know them?" And they probably do. Like, that is the one country that you could probably say that, because I've tried that twice now, and both of them are like, "Oh yeah, no, I know I know that father," because they know the last name. They're like, "Yes, I know that family. Like, that family, yes, I buy my real estate from them or whatever." Yeah, it's so funny, and it's such a small country, but yeah, it was a cool experience. But it definitely taught me a little bit about Valentine's Day that I think maybe colored how I look at it now. That it's not some global holiday that everybody celebrates.
No, I mean, they've been throwing in Valentine's Day items in the store since after the new year. You know what I mean? Early January, you started seeing that in there to just prime you for, this is a big day. This is a big day. Hope he doesn't fuck it up. You know what I mean?
That should be their new slogan. Valentine's Day. Hope he doesn't fuck it up. I think that's the problem, is that there are so many men out there that are low effort when it comes to romance, and they don't put and maybe it's the couple's fault as a whole. Like, they're just in a relationship where they're just low effort when it comes to romance. So they see Valentine's Day at this time to kind of cram it all in. Like, let's get the flowers, let's get the candy, let's go out to dinner, let's have a nice big dinner, and then let's go home after we're full with this nice big dinner and try to have sex on full stomachs.
God, no.
And then, but then if you don't want to, because I had one of that one time where we both went out and got stuffed, and came home and then I was like, I'm not really in the mood to have sex.
I'm not eating your ass either.
My ex. I was just talking about having sex. Just like,
I'm just saying. I mean, please don't eat my ass after that either.
No, don't do that either. But beyond that, just like, I just think that she was just, my ex-wife got angry. She's like, but it's Valentine's Day. Like, we have to. And I was like, I don't want to have sex. I am full. Like, I don't want to, like, I want to lay and go to a food coma right now, And I think that, yeah, I would not have even brought up anything about eating ass in any capacity at that point. That can go true for a lot of big nights when you go out and eat a lot, or Taco Bell.
Eating ass is not on the menu. Yeah,
you have to plan for that. Eating ass takes like a preparation.
Right.
Yes.
But if you wanted to cram in all the romantic things you've always wanted to do, and eating ass was on that list, don't have dinner and then eat ass.
It amazing that eating ass is on your list of romantic things. Like that is
If
incredible.
you wanted to add that on your list, I'm not
Right.
judging. I'm just saying.
I mean, if you squint when you look at it, it looks like a heart. So I can see why you would.
You did not. You did not. Oh my god. On that note, thanks for that, Adam. I mean, I guess I brought up the whole
you
eating ass
you
thing, so
brought it
this
up.
is my
Not-
fault.
This
This
is
is
not
like
me.
my fault.
Yeah. So we have done nothing to help people for Valentine's Day, I don't think yet.
Well, yeah, I guess we really did. I mean, if
We're
you're
like at the beginning of the episode, we're like, we'll give you some great tips to celebrate Valentine's Day, and then the whole second of the episode, fuck Valentine's Day. Why are you celebrating it?
don't eat ass, don't celebrate it. Iceland, the end. I think that's what we've covered so far.
And I think I might be okay with that. Like I'd be okay with just treat it like a normal day, or do something just romantic just for you that's actually romantic, like something that actually means something for both of you. That's the best thing to say. And if you're single, don't fucking worry about it. It's just like it's stupid.
It is
Like
stupid.
to get worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you are in a relationship, couple of things that you could potentially do. You could do.
I actually offer real.
Well,
advice.
okay. Well, I want to offer something of value instead of just don't eat ass on Valentine's Day. Okay. So, I mean, you could do a staycation and plan something if you wanted to get away for the weekend and book an Airbnb that's cute and nearby, and you live in a big city that has those available. You could try that. You could buy a home meal kit, like the Home Chef or whatever some of those food options are. If you wanted to cook a new meal, if you're not, feeling like ordering takeout or going out, you could do something like that and make something new and make a dessert and put on nice music and have a romantic time like that. You could plan
home enema kit too, if we're gonna go back to the eating ass, like if you want a new meal that you haven't had in a while.
Yes, you can have that meal too for the price of, I don't know how much you want to charge for that.
What's a home enema is? I don't know. It's on Amazon. I'm sure you can buy one.
Great, thanks, Adam. You could, I don't like there are some companies that you can pull up, your area. So for example, in Nashville, they have like mystery date kits or whatever, where you can pay this company to take you on like a scavenger hunt of the city, and then they set up a picnic after. They have different, there's one company, actually one of my friends or coworkers paid for this one company, PDX Picnics, and they, for an hour, they set up this whole picnic setup. It was really cute, and they had all, alcohol and food, and then they were at a picnic for an hour, and then they broke it down for them. And it was a little pricey, maybe $75-$100 for an hour or so of having this nice setup picnic. But I mean, if you don't have that money to spend and you want to do something like that with your significant other, you can easily buy, stuff for a picnic and have a cute little picnic. I don't know where you live. It could be fucking snowing where you're at, and that makes no sense. But
yes,
there are definitely options that you can do if you're just stuck at home. Like I said, I mean, any delivery kit, anything you can order and just bring in and do at home. You could do what's the thing? The Love is Art kits. You could have sex on a campus and do that too. I mean, there are a lot of options if you want to try something new and you're bored on Valentine's Day.
And if you are single and you are still feeling sad, even after all of the positive reinforcement we've given you about how stupid the holiday is, you can do a little bit of self love. And I don't mean masturbate. I mean do like a setup. You can either have a boudoir shoot, get a boudoir photographer if you're a woman or a man. Actually, either way, it doesn't matter. And have someone like take photos of you that you can look at later, so you feel like it can boost your confidence. And if you don't want to have a photographer do it, or you don't want to spend the money on it, I mean, honestly, it costs $15 to buy a tripod and a camera remote, and you can have some fun with the camera for yourself and take your own pictures. And you might like what you see, and it might be a good little confidence boost as well.
I love that idea. Yeah, just to have those photos of like, I still got it, I might be single, but I still got it. I said that in a very old person voice.
That was just something about the way you said it. I still got it. Yeah, exactly. I might be 70 years old, but I still got it. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with you right now.
I'm tired and it's in the morning, so weird shit happens, I guess. I don't know.
No. Well, in the end, and I think this will just probably be a good way to like wrap up this, is that Valentine's Day isn't for everybody, and it's okay if you don't want to celebrate it. If you really do want to celebrate it, try to make it something special and important for you as a couple. don't try to do the same old generic thing, because there's no point behind that. And also, this is 2021. Don't put the burden entirely on his shoulders. If that's the only time of year that he's actually romantic, that's on both of you. Like, why are you in a relationship like that with someone who doesn't know how to be romantic all the time? So maybe that's something you guys should talk about beyond just Valentine's Day when you get in a fight over it. And then if you're single, really, it's just another day. Go out with your friends, have fun, do something that treats yourself, or just like literally don't worry about it. It is a holiday that is celebrated in the United States, and nobody else in the country.
No one cares.
Nobody in the world really
fucking
gives a shit about it. All of our international listeners are like, "Wow, I can't believe like people care this much about Valentine's Day." So
you guys are still fucking talking about this stupid
exactly.
holiday.
So just be you, just enjoy yourself, and just realize that it doesn't matter, and that you're probably better off not going out on a bad, disappointing date for Valentine's Day as well.
Well, if you want to set the expectation of Valentine's Day, I think now is the time to have a conversation with your partner of, hey, what's our plan? Because if you sit back and you're waiting for him to wow you, you're probably going to be disappointed too.
Yes.
So I think I've already had the conversation with Master Evan. Here's what I want to do on Valentine's Day. Let's do it. And his response was, okay, fine. Just have the conversation early and don't think he's going to wow you, because if you don't set the expectation, like we've mentioned, most guys don't fucking care about it, and they scramble at the last minute to go, oh shit, I think this is important to her. I need to go to Walgreens at 9:00 at night on the 13th. So
exactly.
Have that conversation with your partner if you're in a relationship to say, this is what I would really want. You don't have to get me roses. I would like this instead. Or let's say fuck the whole holiday and just spend the day doing X, Y, and Z.
Yep. Agreed.
Easy. Well, if you are single and you want to talk about your woes of being single, which you shouldn't have any woes, but if you want to talk about your dating life or any of those things on our Facebook group, you are more than welcome to join at facebook.com/group/DKS podcast. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, you can follow us there at youtube.com/datingkindasucks. And why are you looking at me like that?
I think it's funny. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you probably already know the address. But
you're probably already. Well, maybe
if
not.
You
you're
haven't
already
seen us before. If you want to watch our faces instead of actually listening to
why?
us.
But okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't know either. But you can also join us on Instagram at Dating Kinda Sucks. And I've been doing a lot of dating advice on TikTok as well. And so the TikToks we each have our own separate. We don't have a Dating Kinda Sucks one because that one got banned. So we've got
yay.
Yeah, I'm Adam Heath on TikTok, and you are
Simply Sarah G.
Simply
same
Sarah,
as my Instagram.
Yeah, same as our Instagram. And of course we have our own private Instagrams as well. And you can join us on our Patreon if you want to support us. $5 a month helps us out quite a bit. That's patreon.com/DKS podcast. And other than that, you can email us with any questions if you need any advice. You want to talk about things at datingkindasuckspodcast@gmail.com.
But if you're a spam bot who constantly just sends us emails about, here's my book that you can buy and talk about on your podcast. Here's this amazing guest. Don't fucking send us that.
Exactly.
The amount of emails that we get a week about bullshit like that.
No, I know that are so generic that are like, hi, Dating Kinda Sucks. Like they obviously
love your show.
They haven't even looked at
this guest you should have on. I'm like, do you know our names? Do you know that this would not fit for our show? Do you care? No. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But with that, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and I guess we'll hear about both Sarah and my Valentine's Day at that point. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode.
Until next time.
Whether you're married or single or poly or ace, or hanging out with swingers back at your place, listen to us as we give no fucks on Tinder and Bumble and plenty of yucks, trying and having no luck, because we all know dating kinda sucks. Sarah and Adam are two of a kind. He says stupid shit and she doesn't mind. They're not doing this show to make any buck. Life as a chicken whose feathers they pluck. Why does it work? Well, here is the crux. They both know dating kinda sucks. Dating kinda sucks.